For the past 2 years, buyers have been waiting for two things to happen. Number one, lower the mortgage rate. Do you agree? Number two, lower home price. If you agree to both of them, comment number two for me, please. But what if only one of those things actually happens right here? The latest housing data suggests the second half of 2026 could look very different from the first mortgage rate. From the first. And the mortgage rate may finally have room to improve. Home prices are still, however, expected to rise. More buyers are projected to return to the market. Now, here in Chandler, we are already seeing signs now of the buyers coming back to the market happening. So let's dive right into this week Arizona housing market update. Hello everyone, my name is Long Lei. I am the team leader at Magical Success Realty team here in Chandler, Arizona. Every week, I break down the national as well as the local Chandler housing data, so buyers and sellers can make confident decisions based on facts, not headlines. Today, we are going to look at why many economists believe the second half of 2026 may be stronger than the first, and what that could mean if you are planning to buy or sell home here in Chandler and anywhere across Maricopa County. With that, let's dive right into the first data point. So the first data point, the first chart, I actually want to show you the price of oil. And some of you might think, why oil prices, right? It has nothing relating to real estate. Well, in fact, it is, right? Because here's the thing. One of the biggest reasons mortgage rates have stayed high this year so far is because of inflation. And one factor contributing to inflation has been energy price. It's not the only thing, but energy price is one of the factors impacting the inflation. Now here's the encouraging news. As you know, oil prices have been trending downward, as you see here on the blue line, right? For the last couple of weeks since April of 2026, right? So while oil prices are not the only factor affecting mortgage rates, they're closely tied to inflation. And historically, lower energy prices have often helped create the condition that inflation is reduced and therefore the mortgage rate improves. If you look at the movement of the two lines here, the blue line is the oil and the green line is the mortgage rate. You can see that from here to here is almost about the same. From February to March is about the same, right? It's behaving a little bit different here, but it's trending downward here for the mortgage rate as well as the oil price, right? So it's very closely to each other. That is exactly what the chart is showing. Earlier this year, oil go high, now it's go down. So recently, oil price start falling. So mortgage rates haven't fully responded to that yet. Obviously, you see this go down, let's go up again. And now this part right here is starting to go down again. But if inflation, remember, oil price is one of the factors impacting inflation, right? And if the oil price goes down like this, inflation tends to go down as well. And if inflation continues cooling, and the global uncertainty eases, many economists believe for that reason, rates could gradually improve during the second half of the year. Now, no one knows exactly when or by how much, but this is one of the first encouraging economic signals that the buyers have seen in quite some time, okay, long time. So that is good news because mortgage rates goes down, give you more viability, producing more affordability when you buy a house in terms of monthly basis. We'll talk about monthly affordability in a minute, but this is what the chart shows. The next chart I want to show you is the home price forecast for the remaining of 2026. This chart is used to answer the question that I heard a lot is, are home prices finally going to fall? And that is the expectation of a lot of people who are still waiting on the sideline. However, though, nationally, there's 5 different organizations: the NAR, the National Association of Realtor, the Fannie Mae, the Wells Fargo, the HIPEX, the MPA, right? They're all predicting a positive appreciation for the remaining of 2026. Some are optimistic than others, like the NAR is 4% and Fannie Mae is 3.2%, right? Some expect very small change, right? 0.6% from the MPA, but every one of them still expecting home prices to finish the year higher than when they started. The average is about 2.3% appreciation nationwide. Today, national prices are already around 1.7% year over year. Okay, that's put in perspective, right? Today, as of today, home prices already 1.7% compared to last year. So to reach the 2.3%, that forecast, appreciation would simply need to continue very small through the rest of the year. Why? Because here's the thing, inventory growth has started to slow, okay? There's a lot of houses available, not many more compared to the beginning of the year. And if mortgage rates improve, more buyers may enter back to the market. More buyers competing for homes often support home prices. This doesn't mean prices will surge, go high, crazily high, right? But it simply suggests that the buyer shouldn't assume waiting automatically paying less later. It doesn't support that. So what does support that? That is the strategy. Okay, now talk about strategy. I do have a free buyer webinar designed specifically for immigrant first-time home buyer. In this webinar, not only I present the whole 7 steps about the home buying process, from choosing the right agent, choosing the right loan officer, from saving for the down payment, to choosing the right loan program, choosing the right house, completing the contract, and use the house to earn extra income. I specifically also go much detail into how to save for the down payment as well as choose the right home for your family. This webinar is completely free and this will be happening next Thursday on the 23rd of July at 2 p.m. So I hope to see you there. Okay? That I want to show you is the potential number of homes that get sold for the remaining of the year. Okay, this is our prediction. Okay, homes been slow. We have to say that. Than many experts expected during the first half of the year. Okay, is increasing 275,000 to 314 to 392, 415, 442. I'm sorry, 441,000. Right, so it's less than expected. But that doesn't necessarily mean that the demand disappeared. Many families didn't cancel their plans. They simply just hold tight, right? Because as you know, the 2026, right, interest rates start to go higher all of a sudden, right? It's different than the 2025. So they just paused. Some were waiting for the lower rate, right? And some was waiting for more certainty. Others simply just wanted a monthly payment to become more affordable. So for that reason, to hit this year's national sales forecast, the housing market would need to average about 430,000 home sales every month for the remaining of the year. This is significantly higher than what we have seen so far. So what does that tell us? The economists expect the buyer activity to pick up. Remember, this is the prediction, right? Based on all the information that the economy, right? So if they are not feeling confident, they cannot predict this high, right? This is way higher than the number that you see at the beginning of the year for all reasons. That means more and more buyers are gonna come back to the market toward the second half of the year. Not because people suddenly decided that they want a home, because life never stopped. What happening? People still get married, families still grow, people still relocate to different area to work, right? Life changes continue, whether mortgage rate cooperate or not. Okay, but it's because affordable to be predicted, mortgage rate is predicted to be lower, so improve. That means affordability improves. Okay, so for that reason, the expectation is more sale happening toward the end of the year. So what about Chandler? Do we have any signal to support that information? Do we think that this could happen in Chandler, or is actually the opposite? Well, let's look at the data right now. So this chart actually tell you the number of sales every week. Okay, each line is a year, each dot is a week. 2024 is about 20 at the beginning of the year, and now it's getting higher toward the end of the year. That result, 2025 average at the beginning of the year is about 2,300 a week. All right, now increase to the second half of the year as well, 2025. And for that reason, we have two good news here when we look at this chart. Number one, 2026, we already have a higher number of sales compared to the previous 2 years. Now, the second thing that good news is if the two previous year, the second half of the year has more sales, we're expecting the same thing happening for the rest of the remaining of 2026. So that's even going to be more homes will be sold in Chandler toward the second half of the year, which means for the last 5 years, for the next 3 years, for the next 5 years, more homes will be sold in Chandler. Okay, so what the buyers and the seller take away from all of that information? Okay. Mortgage rate. Number one, mortgage rate may finally have room to improve. Okay. Number two, prices are still expected to rise modestly. Number three, experts expect more buyers will return during the second half of 2026. And Chandler is already showing stronger buyer activities than the last 2 years. None of this guarantees exactly what will happen over the next few months, however. I have to be warning you that, okay? But it strongly suggests that the second half of 2026 could look healthier than the first. If you've been waiting for the market to make a little more sense, now may be the good time to start preparing instead of waiting for the perfect moment. Talking about preparing, like I said, I do have the free buyer webinar specifically designed for immigrant and first-time home buyers who want to learn about the 7 steps to buy the house, use a house, generate income to grow wealth for the family. Specifically in this webinar, I will talk about how to save for the down payment. This is the most challenging financial decision that the buyers have to achieve to be able to get a house. Right? And also, not as less important, the choose the right perfect home. How to know exactly what you are looking for. Okay? How to the problem you may encounter. And especially, I'll share with you one of my horrible mistakes, one of the most that I made as when I buy my first house as well. I'm looking forward to see you there, and I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.